Afternoon, Don. Lineup questions to start with. Murray and Hauser, are they in the lineup tonight?
Both of them are. So Hauser will start. Murray's in the lineup. Eakin's out. He's got some soreness and he's out. So slide Murray in there. Borgen's going to be out, probable for Saturday, but he's still dealing with some minor injury issue there too.
What did Murray accomplish in Rochester? What did he show the organization to receive this opportunity in the final week here?
He did what pretty much every player does that deserves the chance. I mean, he was consistent, effective within his role, understood his role, was an impact, obviously I said effective, so impactful in that role. And he earned it, he earned it.
Don, are you amazed with how Hauser has just kind of kept focused on what's at hand here? I mean, to do what he's been able to do, it doesn't seem to affect his game at all. And now he comes home to play in this arena in Pittsburgh. And are you just expecting the same thing, even though there's going to be some more pressure on him?
Yeah, it is an amazing story. Am I amazed? Just outright yes, when you don't factor in him as a person, as a kid. He's a person that's taken all of his life experiences and really in preparation for what may next lie ahead for him, in that case being in the NHL and thrown in a net. So when you factor all of that in, it's not too much of a surprise that he was really, really good in the first two games, because you see that he did put that work in. But it is clearly an amazing story for him to jump right in and look so quickly the way he does, comfortable. You can tell he put the time in.
Don, what kind of intrigues you about Brett Murray? Obviously, he's a big body. He has a unique development path. Just what are you excited to see from him?
Yeah, excited is the key word. I'm really excited to see him. I watched him in training camp, and there were a lot of things he did in training camp that were impressive with his size and frame and intelligence around the net, intelligence and awareness of what's around him, line mate wise and situation wise, opposition. So he's got a real good feel for the game as well. It's more, like a lot of young players or entry players getting acclimated with the pace and the pro level and things like that. So I'm excited to see him now after having success in the American League. But there's a lot to his game, and a lot different ways than what we have in our lineup, obviously with the size factor in play.
Hey, Don, John Worrell. Hope you're well. As you enter the final weekend of this season and all the ups and downs and runs and happy moments that you've had with Hauser and other guys making their debuts, what do you think you personally and this team have accomplished thus far?
Oh, that's a really could probably take some time to think about that one, John. But the belief in what we're doing is nice to see, because as I mentioned over and over, at some point as a coach, you have to hand things off to the players and the team, and they have to do it. They have to take charge. And this group's ability to take charge, whether it was the last couple of games being down a couple goals to the Islanders, where they gained a collective vision on what they are as a group and how they can impact the situation in front of them, being the game against whatever opposition you're playing against. So, that is, to me, the greatest reward as a coach, to see them be able to internalize individually and collectively and target what needs to be done with confidence and conviction. And that has been a progression. Obviously, we've had great leadership. When I say that, I think of, Ristolainen and Reinhart, guys that really, lead both groups, forward and defensive, with such strong conviction and fight. And that's probably a combination of all that stands out right now for me, John.
Hi, Don. Mike Pursuta from WTV in Pittsburgh. Pretty small sample size, but have you seen anything in Hauser's game that would lead you to believe this might be more than an amazing story, that he might actually get his foot in the door in this league?
Yeah, the amazing part of the story is how he persevered for the number of years he has persevered, being on the cusp. He was an accomplished goalie coming out of the OHL, and and with a great team there in the OHL. And so, yeah, that part's amazing. You know, everybody needs opportunity. And, you know, if you look at the NHL, we throw hundreds and hundreds of players in the NHL every year that can't seize the opportunity. That's the end of it for them. This guy, you know, Michael has prepared for his opportunity, just like every other player that's been able to seize it. So, you know, this could be a start for him, based on my observation and when I think of all the players that, you know, that you can put in categories. So a heck of a job for him to persevere and be ready for opportunity. That's the key for anybody. And we're watching that live right now with him.
Don, is there still a chance that Linus could play Saturday?
You know, as I mentioned, I think I said the other day, not probable. And it's still that. It's going to be up to Linus. I didn't speak with him this morning. Mike Bales was talking with him after the skate. But I'm not going to force Linus in the net. I mean, that's not going to come from me or anybody else. He has to tell us that he's comfortable and can do what he needs to do. He knows the standard and our expectations of when you go in the net. Now so it would be a decision that he'd have to make based after tomorrow in the skate we have tomorrow. So again, I would say it's not probable, but you know, if he comes to me and says he's ready to go, I would probably make room for him.
We're all set, Don. Thank you.